Are you looking for the Purple Velocipod tags because you need them to craft a Helminth for your Obiter, or maybe you just want to do some sick tricks on the Velocipods? I'm Tipsy, and today we'll be going over the easiest and fastest method to catch and find your Velocipods for your Velocipod tags. The Velocipods are a friendly dragonfly-like creature that can be found in the Cambion drift, and they come in 3 different variants. You can either tranquilize them to obtain their tags, or you can ride them around like a K-drive for some fun. The Purple Velocipod is the most important one since it's required to actually craft your Helminth, but there's also the Green and the White variant out there as well. And the Purple Velocipod is usually found near the base of the necrolis just as you exit the cave and head down to the road as shown here on the map. In this vicinity you will be able to usually find the Purple Velocipods. Then you have the Green Velocipods, which are normally found more towards the bottom left area of the Cambion drift and around the Cerebon magma or the infected Saragillo areas, which are shown here on the map. Lastly, we have the White Velocipods, which are pretty much rare and can be found around the Catabolic Gutter or the infected Saragillo. But I recommend just focusing on farming them near the Catabolic Gutter area if you're actually looking for them. And a little tip is that the Velocipods usually always spawn near the little red gooey rivers you can find all over the Cambion drift, so keep an eye out for those spots. And if you don't have the trank rifle yet, you can buy it from the business in Fortuna for 500 Solaris United standing and then equip it to your gear wheel menu from the arsenal, and then you will be able to actually tranquilize the Velocipods and collect their tags. Before you start farming for the Velocipods, I recommend setting your in-game party settings to solo mode and of course liking the video for some extra RNG luck as well. So remember to like the video right here or subscribe if you're looking for more content. Once you are ready, head into the Cambion drift to begin farming for the Purple Velocipods, and once inside, go into your settings and search for the ally highlight and enable it, and then pick a color that is bright like blue, and then also turn the intensify all the way up. This will make it much easier to actually spot the Velocipods and just overall make farming for these a lot quicker. And as mentioned, the Purple Velocipods spawn just outside the valley of the necrolis, and if you don't see them right away, don't worry, that is completely normal as the Velocipod spawns are a little bit random. So to deal with that, we use a little trick that will actually try to force spawn them in. And here's how that works. First head into the valley and do a little circle around in the area outside the necrolis, and if you don't spot any, you will just head back into the cave entrance just far enough that your Archwing actually de-equips. This action will actually reset the animal spawns in the area, and when you exit the cave again, there should be a chance that the Velocipods will actually spawn in, or at least all of the random animals that can spawn in the area will have reset. You can repeat this progress until you actually find the Purple Velocipods, and each reset gives you a chance for them to appear. Sometimes you might also wait a small delay, but this method makes farming them much easier. This also works in other areas of the Cambion drift. Just keep in mind that flying outside the loading zones can also trigger spawns, but loading zones are kind of hard to find out in the open. And going too high in the sky or flying too fast over the ground can also sometimes cause the Velocipods to spawn behind you and then despawn, so just keep that in mind. And that is why for the Purple Velocipods I recommend doing a small loop around the valley and then returning to the cave entrance and repeating until you actually get your spawns in to find the Purple Velocipods. Now as you're doing this method, you might be wondering how long until you find your Purple Velocipods, so I did some testing here, and I would also love to know down in the comments how long it actually took for you to find your Purple Velocipods. So I will be doing around 10 runs now to check to see how long it actually takes for the Velocipods to spawn in. Usually from what I've seen before, they will usually spawn around 4 to 8 minutes in, but that is some time ago, so let's do some new refreshed runs to see how long it will actually take for the Velocipods to spawn in. And here are the runs and how many Velocipods actually spawned in on the route and how many resets I made before I sold my first spawn. And as you can see here, on average it took around 2 to 3 minutes and around 4 to 6 resets. While the best time was 30 seconds with no resets needed, that meaning the Purple Velocipod actually was just spawned in the first time I went outside the cave. And we were actually quite lucky as our worst time was around 5 minutes with 11 resets. But then again, this can take longer, so just keep that in mind, but with the RNG as you see here, doing 10 runs it should be fairly quickly to actually find your Purple Velocipods. With that, you should now have a better idea whether you are unlucky or lucky on the spawns, but then again let me know down below how long it took for them to actually spawn in your run, so we can build up a bigger pool of results for the future. So as we pointed out a little bit in the method, playing on solo mode is the way forward, so definitely make sure you are doing that. And if you haven't done your Archwing quest yet, I highly recommend completing it, as this will actually allow you to fly around the open worlds. Just remember to equip the Archwing launcher in your gear wheel menu after finishing the quest. We also covered a bit about the settings with the option called Ally Highlight, and you can enable this whenever you actually need to find wildlife in the Cambion drift, since the Velocipods and most other huntable creatures will actually be highlighted by this. making the overall farming experience way more comfortable and just feeling more nice as you can spot animals from way further away. So I highly recommend having this on whenever you are doing hunting in Warframe. And speaking of hunting, I already have a full video covering all the basics that you need to know for efficient hunting in Warframe on Earth, Venus and the Cambion drift, so you can check that video out in the corner up here or below if you want to dig deeper into Warframe hunting. Also a big thanks to anyone who supports me on the Patreon. You guys actually helped me fund my daily chicken sausage roll, and you can see the names going by here, so definitely check that out, and a link will be up in the corner to the Patreon if that's something that interests you. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and if you want more Warframe tips, don't forget to like and subscribe for future content, and be sure to check out my other videos for even more guides and tips. There's also a Discord server, so hop in there and become a part of the community. Stay tuned, stay tipsy, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.